we've heard, just going off of politicians, we've heard that the systemic racism or racism isn't a problem in Canada, and it really is. Particularly, speaking about the Indigenous population, it's a huge problem. And I have some stats here, like particularly in Canada, 206 years where a number of years slavery was practiced. 1983 was when the last segregated school was closed. 75.6 cents is how much a Black person earns for every dollar earned by a non-racialized person. 13.4% is the unemployment rate of Black individuals with a graduated degree, higher than the rate for non-Black high school dropouts at 12%. And this is from the Centennial College in Toronto. So, it is very prevalent in Canada. And, I don't think we have it, it's very hush-hush. It's very quiet.
Right.
And we're always polite. We're always, sorry, I'm a racist. I'm sorry, I don't see this, but it's important to talk about. It's important to realize that, there are individuals, who are brutally attacked by police in Toronto every day, and racial carding. Just going back to the Indigenous population, a lot of Indigenous groups are living without clean water in this country. That boggles my mind. So it's really, I think it's important to have these discussions and talk about and really fueling our way of how we can be activists in our community.
Race-based data isn't collected in Canada.
Yeah.
So if we don't have the information of how many Black people are affected, or people of color or Indigenous people are affected, then we can say, oh, well, it's probably not a problem here. And that's, part of the issue that we need to kind of fight for on more of a collective level, as Sim was saying.
We really need to start understanding that collecting race-based data allows us to democratize the information. It allows us to use it transparently across the different silos that we all work in and understand the gaps. So if I work in York Region, and I think the stat is 12.3% of York Region is Black individuals, but my company or my organization has, every year I've maybe worked with 5, I'm clearly likely underrepresenting a population, and we're not collecting that information to know if there's that gap.
There's work that needs to be done in all systems of everything that happens, but I started then asking myself, okay, who is doing the research, right? So just like you brought up all those stats, Amrit, I encourage people to look at universities and people that have dedicated PhDs and years of their lives on researching these topics and start reading their papers, because that's the truth is going to come from those, rather than like an editorial piece in the Toronto Star or something like that, where often a lot of us end up getting our information from. So yeah.